Live from Drzonków, this is Modern Pentathlon Under-24 Junior European Championships. My name is Nowoczesnego. I will commentate for you today's competition, which is the men's individual and team event of that championships, the 4th edition of Under-24 European Championships, as always, held here in Drzonków in Poland. Today in the men's event we have 19 athletes from the same 7 nations we saw yesterday. So it's just one athlete less than in the women's competition, and I think that's a very rare situation that we have less men competing than women. Yesterday's competition finished with the victory of Ilka Özyüksel from Turkey ahead of the Swiss Lea Egloff and the Czech Katarzyna Krzenkova. And the Czech Republic team won the team competition ahead of Poland and Ukraine. But for now we are preparing for the men's event, starting with the swimming. We will have 5 heats as it was yesterday, and in the first heat we will have only 3 athletes on lanes 1, 2 and 3. This will be 2 Lithuanians, Titas Puronas and Ugnius Kablinskas, and between them on the lane number 2 there will be a Swiss athlete, Maxence Hofer. Both Lithuanians are current medalists of their national junior and youth championships, with Puronas being the winner in both categories, and with the silver medalist in senior behind very well known for the pentathlon fans Justyna Kinderis. Kablinskas finished 3rd in the under 22 category, with in the youth A he took the silver medal, as they were separated in the junior national championships by Nojus Meliauskas, being of course the bronze medalist in the senior competition. And right now we can see the athletes preparing for the first heat. As usually the seed is done by the entry time given by the coach of both of the teams. And as you can see, we have the coaches also here at the balcony, wearing of course masks as we are in the pandemic situation. And they're off for 200 meter freestyle swimming. This pool is a short course pool of 25 meters with just 4 lanes, so it's the so-called small pool here in Drzonków. Some of you probably know the big Olympic pool, long course classical 50 meters pool with much more length, but of course this one is used only for the bigger competitions for the summer, as this small pool is working for most of the year, while the bigger one is open only for summer, and especially now in the pandemic situation this one is closed for now. So thanks to that we will have 5 heats because of such a small number of athletes. I think we will have just 2 or maybe 3 heats, and we will have a little bit more emotions with swimming in today's competition. As I said, we have 7 nations competing here, except for Lithuania and Switzerland, whose representatives we can see now in the water. There are of course the host country Poland, Turkey, Ukraine, all 3 nations having 4 athletes, which means they are going to fight for the medals in the team classification. In fact, they are ensured of that medal no matter on the result in the competition, because Lithuania, Switzerland and the Czech Republic are having only 2 athletes, while 1 athlete is from Hungary, and it's this year's and last year's also national champion in the senior category, Ben Ricardo, who is the junior athlete still, so it's quite a big achievement by Kardosh to win the national championships in one of the most pentathlon nations. And now, as you can see, we have finished the first heat of the swimming with the victory of Titas Puronas. We can see the finish line, the second place taken by Max Hoffer from Switzerland, and the third by the other Lithuanian, Ugnis Kapelinska. But of course, as we said, this is the first heat based on the seeding of the athletes. And usually the first heat is the one with the slowest athletes, while the final one is the one when we can see the fastest swimmers. You can also see the entry time on the start list of the second heat, which will be surely widely greeted by the Polish fans from the host country, as we have 3 athletes from Poland in it, with the sole Turkish athlete on the lane number 2, Yunus Chaliskan. Going from the first lane, it's Kamil Kasperczak from the local club here in Drzonków. Then we got Yunus Chaliskan, the Turkish athlete. Lane number 3, Łukasz Gutkowski from Poland, and number 4, also Polish athlete Filip Olejnik. In this heat, we'll have 3 poles, while 2 of them are the medalists from the previous editions of the Under-24 European Championships. Łukasz Gutkowski, who was the winner of this championship in 2018, so it was 2 years ago. Next year he became famous all around the world, being the 6th of the Senior European Championships in Bath, securing the Olympic quota for the Tokyo Games. He's also the laser run world champion in the mixed relay, paired with Tadja Nowacka from last year from Budapest. And very interesting statistical information about Łukasz Gutkowski. He is the youngest ever national champion of Poland in the senior category in 2017. He was just 19 years old. He got his first national champion title, so far the only one, but since then he will step up on the podium with 2 bronze medals, and this year he got the silver. While Kamil Kasperczak took the silver medal of the senior national championships in 2019, last year, but he's mostly known in the modern pentathlon world from his bronze medal at the Youth Olympic Games in Buenos Aires in 2018, when he took the bronze in mixed relay, paired with Spanish athlete Laura Heredia, individually taking the 9th place. And Kasperczak is the youngest of the athletes from the Polish national team here at the European Championships Under-24 in Związek. He's the same year of birth as Filip Olejnik, who we see on the last lane, on the lane number 4. But Kasperczak is born in the last day of the year, on the 31st of December, so his birthday party is usually combined with the New Year's party, and now we can see that's been the battle for the victory in this heat between him and Gutkowski. So these are definitely the 2 athletes who are fighting for being the leaders of the national team. I wonder if on the slow motion we will see who was the faster one. I think it's a matter of centimeters, but it seems that Gutkowski was the first one to touch the wall. Unfortunately, we do not have the electronic system of time measuring, so we need to wait for the data from the judges here at the end of the pool to come to the computer system, and we will present them for you at the beginning of the fencing competition, which starts at 11:30 a.m. today. And while we're waiting for the 3rd heat, we can see now the start list of it with the last of the Polish representatives, Daniel Wawrynowicz, also quite an experienced athlete, I think one of the eldest here in the field, born in 1997. just as well as the other here. Marek Gric, the defending champion from last year, also the junior European champion from 2017 from Barcelona, and silver medalist from the World Championships in the junior category that year held in Székesfehérvár in Hungary. On the lane number 2, Ukrainian Hordi Bereznyakov, and lane number 3 is taken by Bugra Ünal from Turkey. Ünal, who took the first place in last year's Yuri Horishko Memorial held in Bishkek, the capital of Kyrgyzstan. The competition, which is quite popular for the athletes from the Eastern world. We've got, of course, the Kyrgyzstan nation participating there. But we've also seen the Turkish athletes, also the Hungarians, and Kardov, who we will see in the final heat, and is also one of the favorites of today's competition. Took the 5th place in that memorial. In the further places, there were athletes from other eastern countries like Dmitry Kirpolyansky or Pavel Ilyashenko, the Ukrainian Kazakh, very experienced athletes. Here on lane number 1 we can see Marek Gric leading the field of the third heat of the swimming event. As I said, he's the defending champion. Last year he came to Drzonków, in fact, at the last moment when he realized that this junior competition is not the junior age category according to the UITM rules, which is under 22, but this is under 24. So last year he came here just for a training competition, but it seems that lack of pressure gave him a lot of confidence, and the gold medal in the end for the representative of the sport club Związek in Czech Republic, and he is very connected to Poland as he's in fact Polish nationality Czech. He's coming from Cieszyn. For those of you who don't know the geography of Poland and Czech Republic, that's the city on the border of our countries, and that's quite a symbolic place for those two nations as the place where both nations are combined, which we can see on the example of Marek Gric, who even took his school finishing exam in the Czech school from the Polish language as the national minority language. He's talking very well in Polish, and he's always very welcome here in Drzonków for the modern pentathlon competitions, which he usually wins, as we say in Poland, unfortunately beating the Polish athletes. But of course, there's always someone who is the winner. The best is always the winner, and the others need to prepare to beat him next time. Maybe it will be today. I know that not only Polish athletes, but all the athletes are going to fight to beat the champion. And now we are going to the 4th heat with representative of Switzerland, Vital Müller, in the first lane. 2 Ukrainians in the lanes number 2 and 4. These are Kirim Shekhmametyev and Alexander Shedes. And between them in lane number 3, representative of Turkey, Arta Selçuk. Vital Müller is the athlete representing the club of Bern from the capital city of Switzerland. Switzerland may be not a very well-known nation in the modern pentathlon, although they usually organize the famous Swiss Women International competition, which maybe was more prestigious in the earlier years. Now maybe it's lost a little bit of its meaning in the world, but it's still quite a popular event. And Switzerland will also be hosting next year's Junior European Championships, the usual regular junior category under 22. And we hope that by June and July next year we will be in a better situation, so that more nations than just 7 will participate in a big event. And of course we hope the event will be held in Switzerland. But I think that the most recognized athlete from the four we can see now swimming in the pool is the one leading after that turn on lane number 4, Alexander Shelest, the Ukrainian who took the silver medal at Youth B European Championships 5 years ago in 2015, and the bronze medal at the Youth A World Championships in 2017. The athlete born in 1999 is finishing his junior age category under 22 this year, but he will be still allowed to participate in the under 24 competition for the next 2 years, and of course he will be probably a member of the senior national team. Maybe we'll probably watch him in the World Cups and the senior competitions as they are going to be held. I hope that they will be held. As I said, we are living in strange times. Well, it's interesting times, but making the organization of the competition very hard, which means that we are very happy that we have this event organized, and we can see that the fourth heat is won by Arda Selçuk from Turkey, ahead of the Ukrainians Shelest and Shekhmametyev and the Swiss Vital Müller. Before we come to the final hit, you can see the repeat from the finish of that fourth hit. And now we are going to prepare for the final fifth heat of the swimming event with another Turkish athlete, Doranot Sertoglu, in lane number 1, Vladislav Chekanen, lane number 2 from Ukraine, on lane number 3, Bence Kardos, as I said, the Hungarian national champion in senior level, and number 4, Jakub Maleček from Czech Republic. The athletes are coming to the starting line right now, led by the referees responsible for preparing correct start order. With Duran Nusretoglu, the athlete who was a big hope for the Turkish national team, taking third place at the Olympic Hopes tournament in Prague in 2017, but so far he's not as titled as his teammate, the yesterday's gold medalist Ilka Özüksel. And in the lane number 3 we have one of the favorites, I think the bigger one, maybe besides Marek Grycz and Łukasz Gutkowski. Bence Kardos, Hungarian, representing the club of Trion SC, who is not only this year's national champion in senior level, but also last year, so he defended the title, won in 2019 ahead of the World Championships, as we remember, held in Budapest. Kardos is the sole Hungarian here, as the restrictions of the Hungarian national team allowed just him to come here for the competition. Another athlete who was entered to the competition in the almost final entry form was Balázs Szép, whom maybe most of you remember mostly from the World Cup in the USA, where he took the sensational third place. I think it was 2 years ago. But in the end, it appeared that the doctor said that maybe he should rather prepare for the next season, the Olympic season, of course, as we know that the Olympic Games in Tokyo are postponed for 2021 instead of this year. So we are still in the old Olympic cycle, the 5-year Olympiad, which is a thing that hasn't happened in the almost 130-year-old history of the Olympic movement. And as you can see, that Kardos is now fighting for the victory in that theoretically the fastest kid, but of course we will see the final results a little bit later on with Ladislav Chekan, the Ukrainian from year of birth 2002, and he is the winner of that heat. He was the one to enter it with the fastest time, the only one to enter it with the time below 2 minutes, and we will see later what will be his result timed by the referees we can see now on the screen. And that concludes the swimming event of today's competition. We are going to meet at 11:30 for the fencing. And thank you for your attention for now, and see you soon.
The swimming pool is open. The swimming pool is open. We have just finished.